Hey everyone, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another speed build. Today I'm doing something just a little bit festive for this holiday season, and we are creating a gingerbread house in The Sims 4. And unlike the classic gingerbread shape, I'm going more so for the gingerbread houses I've been seeing the last couple of years that are labeled as a gingerbread mansion, that are more so this like classic looking house made out of gingerbread with lots of decor on the outside, because I've done a few gingerbread houses in the past on the channel that are more that classic look. So I thought that this would be a fun idea and give us more to decorate on the inside, which I had a lot of fun doing. I actually did this build over on Twitch last week, and we have a cupcake machine room in this house, plus a couple of bedrooms, an office, kitchen, dining, bathroom, like everything you would need. I think it is a really cute house. Obviously, you're probably not going to want your everyday Sims to live in a gingerbread house, but I thought that this could be a fun thing to have this time of year. And of course, it's really fun to decorate this sort of thing, both in real life and in The Sims. I also really wanted to redeem myself because I did try to construct a gingerbread house in real life this year. I vlogged it over on my vlog channel. I've been doing Vlogmas this month, where I've been vlogging every day of the month heading on up till Christmas. And my gingerbread house didn't go so well. It basically fully fell apart. I couldn't get it to stay together whatsoever. I really needed to redeem myself in The Sims, and I think I did just that. Anyway, if you would like to download this build, it will be available in the Sims 4 gallery. You can find it under my EA ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi. You can also find it under the hashtag MissGryphi, and that information will also be in the description down below as well. So at first, I started building this house in the world of Granite Falls, which is a vacation world that came with the Sims 4 outdoor retreat. But I do end up moving this to the world of Glimmerbrook instead, so it could be a residential lot instead of a vacation lot. And we are starting off here where I'm in the summertime, so I can see what I'm doing, but I decided to cover everything in snow in just a little while because that is more of the classic gingerbread house vibe I was going for, so things will turn wintry very soon. But right here, I'm just experimenting with a couple of different things I could put on the outside and some bushes, and I didn't like how these arches looked in the end. I thought that they were kind of interesting, and these little white balls that I'm adding are actually yarn from Nifty Knitting, but I do get rid of those in the end as well, and I go with something that's just a little bit more simple, but I love how it comes out. So you can see I'm using the tool mod to rotate some stuff. So these are a couple of decorations from the Seasons expansion pack, and I thought that they looked so pretty up here, framing that middle window on the top floor. I also end up adding a bump out over on the left side of the build because I just felt like it needed a little bit more dimension. I was going for this really traditional shape of house, but I thought adding a little bit of extra space over on the side would look nice. And I'm so happy I did that because I ended up using a rug from City Living that looks like a really beautiful pattern drawn out in white to look like a intricate sort of icing design. I do rotate it with tool and put it over on that side. You'll see that in a little bit. But first I'm playing around with some lights up here to get some like little candies at the top of the house. I don't end up liking these in the end. I do use them, but I change it out to be just red and white because I thought the colors were just a little bit too much. So that will change here shortly, and I also add a little bit of an extra roof piece on the top, and here I am going into live mode to select some lights to actually be hanging on the house with Seasons. There's a decoration box you can use to actually hang up lights and banners and all sorts of stuff. I think it's really cute. And of course I wanted to get some landscaping around here. I just basically got a bunch of trees that I thought looked like they would be here. And here is that decal I was talking about. It's actually a rug. I just think it looks so nice there, and I ended up swapping out the window for a circular one so it looks like that it's meant to be there, and it looks so pretty. And I also changed the windows to match the siding a little bit better, and I just feel like this is when the house really starts coming together and starts looking how I wanted it to. I'm really proud of this one. But you can see now I am moving around these lights to get red and white instead, and I think this looks so much better. I didn't want this to look too busy and tacky. I mean, it's a gingerbread house, so to some extent it's a little bit tacky, but I was going for a little bit more of a classic look or a classy look. I don't know what I'm trying to explain, but you'll see as it comes together. I also changed the door to be red, which I thought was really fun, and I tried using these pieces as the like columns for the front of the house. I tried a few different things. I thought that these were fun, but what I end up actually using in the end is a couple of the Christmas crackers that I rotate with tulle. And I think they look so cool. They were perfect for the front of this build. This is when I'm realizing it can do this, and so I'm just rotating them and scaling appropriately. And so we have the front and the back of the house using these as our columns. And I love how this looked. This was an idea from the chat, not specifically for the columns, but somebody was like, can you use those in some way as decoration? So I pulled them out and I was immediately excited about using them here. But here I am grabbing another piece of roof just to add a little bit more dimension to the top of the house. So by placing this up here, I'm able to have a little bit more of the front of the home showing. And I end up having these lights that I placed at the top kind of copy the shape of the roof, which I think just adds a little bit to this space. And then I added a little pathway outside, and then we're moving inside to try and figure out the floor plan. At first, I thought it would be cute to put a kitchen over here, but my chat on Twitch insisted that that room be a cupcake machine room because a cupcake machine fits perfectly in that space. So the kitchen ends up being right outside of there, and we have a cupcake machine there, which is not something I typically want to use in builds because it's so massive and kind of a silly item. But for a gingerbread house, it felt like it made sense. Of course, we can have a cupcake machine room in our gingerbread house. I was actually pretty happy with how much I was able to fit in here. There is an office downstairs, and then upstairs we have a craft room, a primary bedroom, and a nursery, which comes out so cute. I love that I was able to fit that. I wasn't really sure what the bedrooms were going to be, and at first I was thinking we'd have 3 bedrooms, but somebody had suggested a crafting room, and it kind of turned into a craft room where they create all of the decorations for their house. And I loved that idea. But you can see the cupcake machine is now in that other room, and I'm trying to figure out the kitchen space here. I end up using some base game countertops because they just felt like they were more the right color and felt like they were made out of gingerbread, because that was the general vibe for the inside of this, is gingerbread and icing. But we also just have some general Christmas decor in here as well, because it's supposed to be a festive, fun build for this time of year. Actually, let me know if you've decorated not a Christmas tree. Well, I guess let me know if you've decorated a Christmas tree, but let me know if you've decorated a gingerbread house this year and how it came out. I had mentioned mine just did not, and I would love to see pictures if anyone has had some really beautiful gingerbread houses this year. I watch all of these videos online of people making these gorgeous decorated homes for this idea, and I just don't know how y'all achieve it. Oh my goodness, my cat is trying to climb over my microphone. Hello, you're stepping on the keyboard, sir. That's Rio for you. He's my 10-year-old cat. I guess he just wanted to say hi and happy holidays, but he's backed away now. Hopefully he stays away, because he really does like to interrupt when I'm recording. He's like, mother is talking. I must go be what she is talking to. So anyway, decorating the kitchen now. We got some s'mores in here, some hot chocolate mix, lots of mugs. I just wanted it to feel super cozy and have a lot of the items that feel more holiday themed and like you might want this time of year. S'more sounds so good. I remembered last night actually that I, a couple of years ago as a gift, got one of those little kits that allows you to like roast marshmallows inside, and it's got spots for chocolate and graham crackers and all of that. And I was thinking I might take that out when we have my best friend over the day after Christmas for our little Christmas get together, because that just sounds so nice. And I haven't had s'mores in a long time. So anyway, I also am getting a little cake here in the middle and some teapots and just cute decor here. This is a table that I never use. I think it's from Seasons, potentially. It's got a bunch of different tablecloth options on it, and this one has poinsettias, and I just thought it was really pretty. And since it's not one that I ever use, I thought it would be nice for this build. I was just trying to make it like a combination of tacky Christmas stuff and gingerbread, if that makes sense. I think the outside's a little bit more, I don't know, put together and pretty, whereas the inside, I just had a lot of fun with it because, I don't know, you can have fun and decorate the outside of a gingerbread house and make it look as beautiful as possible, but not very often are you decorating the inside. And if you're going to live in a gingerbread house, you might as well have some fun with it. So anyway, the kitchen is pretty much come together now, and I'm just picking out a sofa. At first, I thought I would do this one in the brown because it looked like it matched, but I changed the swatch in the end because I thought that the brown was a little bit too matchy-matchy, and I wanted to have some more color in here. And I just used these curtains a lot throughout because they look like icing. I don't know why I was very into these, but I was. And then I scaled down some of these curtains throughout. These are from the High School Years expansion pack, and they come in a green and a red. and I use them throughout this build, and I just think they are so, so pretty and a little bit different than what I would typically pick for a gingerbread house or a Christmassy build. So I just really enjoyed those, and we're just getting a TV and stuff over here and lots more decor and moving things with tulle because I wasn't liking the placement of these curtains. I wanted the rod to be kind of hidden behind the other curtains since I was layering them in that space. I still do need to get a coffee table in this area, and we're also getting a way to play some music. I don't know if you would play in this house. Actually, let me know. Would you have a sim play in this house? I feel like this would be a good house for Father Christmas. I think that's what he's called in The Sims. Basically Santa. No, Clement Frost. Father Winter? Father Winter. Clement Frost. Yeah, him. That sim. He might like to live here. I could see that being a really cute idea. So anyway, I'm just layering some rugs here because I really wanted a fluffy rug, but I also wanted something that had pattern and color to it. So the fluffy rug is from the Industrial Loft kit, and then the rug on top of it is actually from Werewolves. And I thought a tea set would look so cute here. And then actually moving back into the room with the cupcake machine, I do have a cookie rug from the Pastel Pop kit. And I thought about putting some decals on the walls, but I ended up just having a really pretty bow there instead, which I think is in base game. I want to say it's from the holiday pack, but it's not, because last year when they gave us like more holiday stuff, they just put it in base game with a Sims Delivery Express. So kind of confusing because some of the holiday items we've gotten that aren't from seasons are in base game and other ones are in the holiday pack. But anyway, this room over here is going to be the dining room. It's a separate dining room, but that's just kind of how the floor plan worked. It's really hard to figure out floor plans when you have a square or a rectangle because it's just a box. So I did my best, and we're using a table here from Get Together. I just thought that it was the perfect swatch. It looked very gingerbread to me, and trying to figure out what chairs to put with it. I tried a few different ones, and we figured it out in the end, but at first I thought that those ones from Outdoor Retreat would look nice because they look a little bit more rustic and like out in the woods, but I opted for these instead, which are from the Discover University pack. I just thought that they looked nice. So I did that. And then I'm moving some of the windows around on the sides of the house to accommodate the walls a little bit better because the walls were clipping through the windows. But I wanted to make sure they stayed the same on the front of the house because that was the iconic look I was going for. But anyway, in this dining room, we have these red curtains again, a really pretty red rug from base game. And I should be getting, yes, some like garland over on the tabletop, and we also get the light in here that hangs from the ceiling that is from the holiday pack that has some more of the greenery on it. I think it's really pretty, and I will also decorate the shelves of that hutch I put over in the corner just so there is some decor there and the space felt fully decorated and lived in. I didn't like overboard decorate this whole space. I wanted to make sure it had enough to feel like it was, you know, a decorated gingerbread house, but I didn't want it to be overly cluttered. So yeah. Just got some baked goods, a pan, a couple of greenery pieces. We have like some flowers and some juice for your Sims. And then I will be decorating the bathroom here shortly, but this is going to be the office space. I thought that this little nook over here was perfect for a desk. So I grabbed that base game one that has a bunch of clutter on it. I thought it was the right color. And of course, bringing in those curtains in here as well. I believe I get a typewriter in here, and we got this really beautiful red chair as well. This room also has a nutcracker. I have never really decorated with nutcrackers that much in my life, but I decided this room would have one. And also my boyfriend's mother gave me a nutcracker this year, and so I have it in my office, which is really cute. But I've never really decorated with them that much, so I wasn't thinking of them, but when I found it, I was like, this is perfect for this corner. Of course, I'm going to put a nutcracker in this house. But I don't know if I would ever do anything with one that big. Do you have a giant nutcracker? Where do you put it? I don't know why I'm asking such weird questions, but that's just not something that I've had a lot of experience with. So I find it kind of interesting. But anyway, I have a mini tree in here and some presents, some candles, just trying to make this space look very festive since we are the inside of a gingerbread house. I know like the other holiday builds I've done this year, I mostly kept it pretty minimal on decorations, and it wasn't like overly red and green. I had one house in particular I decorated where the inside had a white Christmas tree and everything was like really chic, and I just love that. But you know, for a gingerbread house, it made sense for it to look like somebody puked Christmas on the inside. So that's what I did. This one, it wasn't supposed to be like your everyday house. Anyway, we're popping back outside because I decided these golden ribbons would look really pretty on the windows, and I'm glad that I did that. I think it looks so nice. So just adding those, and then I should be heading back inside to work on the top floor, starting with the primary bedroom over here. It's a really big room, but I think we figured it out okay in the end. I wasn't sure which bed to use. I really wanted to use the one from the outdoor retreat pack with the like plaid bedspreads on it, but I didn't do that in the end. I instead used this one from Base Game, which has a red bedspread. And the reason I used it is because the shape of the bed is kind of reminiscent of a sleigh bed. And I thought like a bed that looked like Santa's sleigh would be kind of cute in here. And then I thought if we pair that with the red curtains, that'd be perfect. We can have another Christmas tree in here. I, of course, needed to use this giant oversized fireplace that has all of the decorations on it from the holiday pack. And we got a nice chair over here. That one to me looks like it would be Santa's chair at the mall when you go and meet him and get your photos. So I really liked that. And then just getting some bedside tables. I will also be changing the artwork that I have up above the bed because I didn't like that one. I ended up getting a couple of these from Get Together that are like old-timey photos. I thought that looked really nice in this space. And then I just get a little dresser over here as well with a mirror and a couple of decorations. And that should be it for the primary bedroom. I didn't want it to be too cluttered, but I thought it looked okay. And I got to use that like top hat decoration from Seasons up on that bedside table or on that dresser, which is an item I never used because I don't really know how to use it. But that was kind of cool. Anyway, this is going to be the nursery. I love this room. It's so cozy. It's more wintry in here than Christmas. So I do have this really cute bassinet, which is from Realm of Magic. And then I, of course, had to put the new Bigfoot or Yeti toy in here. We have a little changing table. It's just super cozy. And once again, it's making me very excited for getting infants in the new year. I cannot wait to decorate their spaces, see all of the new items we get when that new life state does reach our games. And I hope it's very early, 2023. Like, I know it's early, but like how early? I'm going to say this every time I bring it up. But like, I am so excited. Anyway, this is that craft room I had mentioned. So we have knitting in here. We have cross stitching in here. I just have like a bunch of random items that allude to crafting. And we put another one of the cookie rugs in here because it's a little bit of fun. So yeah, just getting all of those items in this space so they can go ahead and create things to decorate their gingerbread house with. I also put an easel in here. So there was another skill building item for a more artistic sim. And getting some curtains, and then that should really be it for this build. I really hope you enjoyed this. This was a fun, silly one to do. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and click that bell to be notified of every single time I upload a new video. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic holiday, whichever one you celebrate, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, everyone.